geopolitical dynamics in Africa have been witnessing a notable shift, with Russia making significant strides while the influence of the United States appears to be waning. The landscape that once seemed dominated by Washington's war on terror is undergoing a transformation, and Russia's increasing engagement is drawing attention. As Moscow's presence in various African regions gains momentum, questions arise about the effectiveness of the United States approach and whether its grip on the continent is indeed slipping. According to a recent analysis conducted in the United States, titled Less is More: A New Strategy for U.S. Security Assistance to Africa, conducted by the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, highlights that the effectiveness of U.S. military assistance in the African context is in question as it fails to achieve its intended goals. Additionally, the study issues a cautionary warning to the United States, highlighting the rapid and assertive efforts of its major global competitors in occupying the void left by the ineffectiveness of its military assistance in Africa. For an extended period, U.S. policy towards Africa has heavily favored immediate security gains at the expense of sustained stability. This approach, centered around delivering military and security aid, has failed to yield desired security outcomes within Africa, while simultaneously failing to diminish threats against both the United States and its vested interests. The escalation of competition among major global powers amplifies the potential that the U.S. national security apparatus could intensify its security cooperation approach in the area. This course of action could stem from apprehensions that refraining from such a strategy might create a void that rival nations could exploit to their advantage. Nonetheless, the fundamental issue lies in the necessity for the U.S. to exercise greater discernment in allocating its military assistance, bolstering governmental supervision. It should adopt a more holistic strategy when it comes to aiding African nations. The study was released amid the military coup in the West African nation of Niger, coinciding with the visit of Acting Deputy Secretary of State Victoria Nuland to Niger, which ultimately produced no significant outcomes. Russia has recently taken steps to bolster its diplomatic presence in Africa, manifesting through the reopening of embassies, the signing of bilateral agreements, and high-level engagements. These efforts underscore Russia's commitment to fortifying its connections with African nations. In terms of economic cooperation, Russia has actively pursued broader collaboration with African states, particularly in sectors such as energy, mining, infrastructure development, and agriculture. For instance, Russian enterprises have participated in mining ventures in countries like Zimbabwe and Angola. Additionally, Russia's engagement in arms sales and military cooperation has been substantial. The country has emerged as a prominent arms supplier to numerous African nations, furnishing military hardware like helicopters, fighter jets, and armored vehicles. This approach has enabled Russia to maintain its foothold in Africa and cultivate strategic partnerships with a diverse array of countries. So, what do you think of our video? Are you a
Hi, this is Neil's on Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy some silver and get yourself some platinum. And be kind, helpful, and grateful, because it's better than being a jerk. I've stated in other videos I've done over the past couple of months, year and a half, this is all being broken down to treaties and trade negotiations and new things being signed. What you just heard there is Russia is making new treaties and trade agreements, proving me right again. You guys look for your precious metals. You look for your bricks. You look for your mortar. You look for your 2x4s, whatever it is you want to look for. But don't negate the facts. Treaties and trade deals are being done right now. That will affect the price of your precious metals a lot more than whatever those charts for your precious metals, because I guarantee you one thing. Not one of those charts for your precious metals said that Russia just signed an agreement with Zimbabwe for mining. Holy shit. Isn't that where platinum has gotten? Yep, the third largest world's platinum group metals vein is in Zimbabwe. along with a lot of other things that country's too poor to mine. But now Russia's in there getting that stuff. So, again, it's trades and treaties. You want to know what gold's doing? Look at trades and treaties. You want to know what silver's doing? Look at trades and treaties. You want to know what platinum's doing? Look at trades and treaties. Then go to your charts that don't say anything about trades and treaties, because we haven't had to worry about it in 40 years, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years, 100 years. So the charts don't say anything. So all y'all are going to get boofunkled if you keep following charts and you don't add the geopolitical into your discussion, because charts are past tense. They're not future indicators of anything if geopolitical crap changes, like trades and treaties from Russia to Africa. You know, there's just so much going on. Everyone concentrates on just one little thing. I got my blinders on. I got my blinders on. That's why you're getting hit slapped sideways, because you got your blinders on. Step outside the box. Look at the whole scenario, and then go minutely look into your macro, micro. Oh, this will happen because the charts say so. Oh, but did the charts say a nuclear bomb was going to go off over your head at the same time to make that null and void? You know, how do you know what's going to happen? You got to look at the geopolitical trades, treaties, agreements between countries that have never happened before will change the economics more than a chart that's of the last 10 years of whatever. Because in the last 10 years, the geopolitical situation has never looked like this, much less in the past 10 years. So you must consider more than just, putting your horse blinders on and looking at your precious metals. I mean, I like precious metals too, but I'm realistic about them. I see that Russia is going to get a lot more of them. Yeah, they're probably going to take a larger percentage of the platinum mining. And oh, by the way, didn't Kitco just say yesterday by 2030, China will be buying as much as 2.5 million ounces of platinum? And everyone's like, yeah, so what? Well, the so what is there isn't 2.5 million ounces left every year. It's all consumed every year. It's consumed. And then they got to get more. Then they got to get more. So if anyone wants more, this is how it's going to work. They can't mine more. Someone's not going to get theirs. You know what happens when that happens? The price goes way past gold, way past diamonds, way past oil, uranium, and anything else you like, because they're going to need 2.5 million ounces, and it's not going to be there. And that's going to affect the Green New Deal. That's going to affect countries and economies. Holy shit. Can platinum really do that? I say it can. That's why there's space mining going on right now. A couple companies out there working on it actively, already launching rockets to go mine asteroids and the moon. Not for gold, not for silver, not for lead, not for cobalt, not for MREs, not for 3 years supply of food, but for platinum. Now, why would companies only do that? Only for platinum? Wow, I guess it must really be much more valuable than all of us are being led to believe. Say it ain't so. Well, if you do your own research, you'll find out what I did. Yeah, it is so. Have a nice night.